Silence is a weapon. It is a tool that the greatest minds have used throughout history to build empires, to create, to innovate, and to execute. But too many people waste their energy talking about what they are going to do instead of doing it. They share their grand visions with people who don't understand, people who doubt, and people who will never believe. And in doing so, they drain themselves of the very power they need to bring those visions to life. When you tell everyone your plans, you expose yourself to unnecessary resistance. You invite criticism before you've even started. You give the world permission to dismantle your dreams before you've had the chance to build them. People will tell you why it won't work, why you should stop, why it's impossible. Not because they know better, but because they are speaking from their own fears, their own insecurities. They are not talking about you, they are talking about themselves. The world has always doubted those who dared to do something different. The greatest achievements in history were once considered foolish. The idea of flying was laughed at before the Wright brothers proved it was possible. The thought of a personal computer in every home was absurd before visionaries like Steve Jobs made it real. These people did not waste their energy trying to convince the world. They did not seek approval. They worked, they built. And when they finally spoke, they let their results do the talking. Silence is not weakness, it is focus. When you hold on to your vision in private, you protect it. You give it space to grow without interference. You allow it to evolve without being tainted by the opinions of those who do not understand. Silence gives you the time to prove yourself, to yourself. Success is not about making promises, it is about keeping them. It is about delivering on what you said you would do. And the best way to do that is to stop talking and start working. There is no value in convincing people who are already set in their ways. The only way to prove your worth is through action. Think about the most successful people you admire. They do not announce every move they make. They do not need validation at every step. They simply do the work. They prepare in silence. And then, when the time is right, they let the world see the results. You have nothing to prove to anyone but yourself. The people who doubt you do not matter. The people who criticize do not matter. What matters is whether you believe in what you are doing, whether you are willing to show up every single day and put in the work when no one is watching. Silence is a form of discipline. It is the ability to resist the need for recognition, to resist the urge to seek approval. It is the ability to channel your energy into what truly matters: execution. Every moment you spend explaining your plan to someone who does not believe in you is a moment you could have spent working on making it real. There is power in mystery. When people do not know your next move, they cannot interfere. When they do not know your vision, they cannot steal it, they cannot sabotage it, and they cannot hold you back with their doubts. The only validation you need is the success you create, so keep your plans to yourself. Keep your vision locked away where no one can weaken it with their opinions. Do the work. Let your results speak for themselves. And when the world finally sees what you've built, they will not question you. They will not doubt you. They will respect you, not because you told them what you were going to do, but because you showed them what you did. The world does not need more talkers, it needs doers. The difference between success and failure, between greatness and mediocrity, lies not in words, but in action. Too many people spend their lives discussing their dreams, making promises, and painting pictures of a future they never take steps toward. The truth is, talking about something does not bring it to life, doing it does. Those who understand this principle know that action is the only currency that truly matters. The greatest achievements in history were not accomplished by those who merely spoke of change. They were accomplished by those who acted upon it. When you tell everyone your plans, you expose yourself to unnecessary judgment, criticism, and even resistance. But when you keep your plans to yourself and focus on execution, you retain control over your vision. You eliminate distractions. You create momentum that cannot be stopped. There is a reason why the most successful people often appear quiet about their ambitions. They do not need external validation. They do not seek approval. They are not interested in impressing others with words. They let their results speak for them. And this is the mindset that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Talking is easy. It gives the illusion of progress. It makes you feel as though you are moving forward, even when you are standing still. But action requires discipline. It demands commitment. It forces you to step out of your comfort zone and confront the reality of your goals. And that is why so many people choose to talk instead of act. They would rather live in the comfort of potential than face the discomfort of effort. The world does not reward those who make promises. It rewards those who deliver results. Every minute spent talking about what you are going to do is a minute that could have been spent actually doing it. Those who understand this truth operate with a sense of urgency. They do not waste time explaining themselves. They do not seek permission to chase their dreams. They simply move forward step by step, day by day, until their vision becomes reality. Silence is not weakness, it is power. It keeps you focused, it keeps you disciplined, it keeps you from wasting energy on explanations and justifications. Instead of announcing your plans, work on them. Instead of seeking approval, seek progress. Instead of impressing others with words, impress yourself with action. Some people talk about writing books, others sit down and write. Some people talk about starting businesses, others take the leap and build. Some people talk about getting in shape, others wake up early and train. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is simple: action. Those who act will always surpass those who wait for the perfect moment. And those who do more than they say will always outshine those who say more than they do. Momentum does not come from words, it comes from movement. The more you act, the more progress you make. The more progress you make, the more confidence you build, and the more confidence you build, the stronger your belief in your own abilities. This cycle of action creates unstoppable momentum. It turns dreams into reality. It transforms ideas into impact. It builds legacies. Success is not about how well you can talk. It is about how well you can execute. It is about putting in the hours, making the sacrifices, and staying consistent even when no one is watching. It is about pushing forward when you feel like quitting, taking the next step when the path is unclear, and staying committed even when the results are not immediate. This is the difference between those who wish and those who achieve. Do not let your words outpace your actions. If you want something, prove it. Not with promises, but with progress. Keep your head down, do the work. Let your success be the only announcement you ever need to make, because in the end, it is not what you say that matters, it is what you do. Not everyone wants you to win. That is a truth many people struggle to accept. We live in a world where success is celebrated publicly, but the journey to that success is often met with resistance, doubt, and even sabotage. You may assume that those around you will support you, cheer for you, and push you toward greatness. But the reality is, the moment you start to rise, the moment you begin to chase something bigger than the ordinary, you will encounter resistance. And it won't always come from strangers. Often it comes from the people closest to you. People don't always want you to win because your success shines a light on their insecurities. When you elevate yourself, it forces others to reflect on where they are, and many are not willing to confront that reality. Instead of seeing your progress as motivation, they see it as a threat. It is easier for them to try and pull you down than to climb alongside you. They want to believe that the way they are living is the only way to live. And when you challenge that by growing, by excelling, by becoming more, you expose a truth they are not ready to face. That's why it's critical to be selective with whom you share your vision. Not everyone deserves access to your dreams. Not everyone can handle the magnitude of your ambition. Some will doubt you simply because they cannot see themselves achieving what you are attempting. Others will try to dissuade you out of jealousy, and some will pretend to support you only to secretly hope you fail. This is why silence can be a powerful tool. Move in silence, work in the dark, and let your results speak for themselves. Because when you start making noise before you have results, you invite unnecessary resistance. Understand that when you step outside of what is expected, you make people uncomfortable. Society is conditioned most to follow a predictable path. Get a job, stay safe, blend in. The moment you decide to carve your own path, you become a disruptor. You challenge the status quo, and many will take that personally. You might even experience people laughing at your goals, doubting your abilities, or outright dismissing your vision. They do this not because your dream is impossible, but because they never had the courage to chase their own. But here's what you need to remember. You do not need validation from people who have never walked the path you are on. You do not need approval from those who are content with mediocrity. If anything, their doubt should fuel you. Their skepticism should be proof that you are onto something great, because the most significant achievements in history were once ridiculed. The greatest minds, the most successful individuals were doubted before they were celebrated. The problem is most people want to be liked. They want acceptance. They want to be surrounded by love and encouragement. And while there is nothing wrong with seeking support, there is danger in seeking it from the wrong people. When you rely on the approval of those who do not believe in you, you set yourself up for failure. You start second-guessing yourself. You start hesitating. And hesitation kills dreams. Doubt kills more success than failure ever will. So how do you deal with this? How do you keep going when the people around you don't believe in your vision? First, you must stop expecting them to. Your journey is yours alone. The fire that burns inside you is not meant to be understood by everyone. Instead of focusing on convincing others, focus on proving it through action. Let your work be undeniable. Let your progress be the loudest response to their doubt. Second, surround yourself with those who do believe in growth. You don't have to do it alone, but you must be intentional about who you allow in your inner circle. Find people who push you to be better, people who challenge you to think bigger, and people who see possibilities instead of limitations. And if you don't have those people yet, keep going until you find them. Because the higher you rise, the more you will attract those who understand what it takes to get there. Third, embrace the fact that adversity is part of the process. If everyone supported you, if everyone cheered for you, then success wouldn't be rare. The resistance you face is a sign that you are moving in the right direction. It means you are stepping outside of what is comfortable, outside of what is expected. It means you are on the path that few have the courage to take. Instead of letting doubt weaken you, let it sharpen you. Let it be the pressure that forges you into something stronger. Not everyone wants you to win. That is a reality, but it is not an excuse to shrink. It is not an excuse to give up. If anything, it is the reason to push harder, because at the end of the day, you are not doing this for them. You are doing this for yourself, for your future, for the legacy you are building. And when you finally arrive, when you have achieved what you set out to do, those who doubted you will either pretend they always believed in you or wish they had your courage. Keep going, keep building, keep proving them wrong. Energy is the foundation of everything you do. It fuels your actions, your decisions, and your ability to push forward when the path is unclear. Without energy, the greatest ideas remain just that, ideas. The most ambitious goals stay unfulfilled. The most talented individuals fall short of their potential. If you fail to protect your energy, you will find yourself drained, scattered, and unable to give your best to the things that truly matter. Your energy is precious, and you must protect it at all costs. There are people who drain your energy. They may not do it intentionally, but their presence, their negativity, their endless doubts, and their constant need for validation become a weight on your shoulders. You cannot allow yourself to be burdened by people who are not aligned with your vision. You must learn to recognize those who uplift you and those who pull you down. Surround yourself with those who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to become better. If someone is consistently taking more than they give, you have to make a choice, your energy or their comfort. And if you're serious about your future, the choice should be clear. Energy is not just about the people you surround yourself with. It's about how you spend your time. Every moment wasted on things that do not serve you is energy lost. Every meaningless argument, every distraction, every unnecessary commitment depletes the reserves you could have used for something greater. You must learn to say no. Not every opportunity is worth your time. Not every fight is worth your energy. Not every invitation deserves your presence. You must be intentional with where you direct your focus, because your energy is not infinite. Think about the greatest achievers, the ones who have built legacies, changed industries, and rewritten history. They did not waste energy on trivial matters. They were selective. They guarded their energy as if it were their most valuable asset. Because it was. When you wake up in the morning, you have a certain amount of energy for the day. How you use it will determine your progress, your success, and your ability to sustain your momentum. Protecting your energy also means protecting your mind. What you consume mentally affects what you create externally. If you fill your mind with negativity, distractions, and meaningless noise, your output will reflect that. If you allow yourself to be influenced by cynicism, doubt, and fear, you will hesitate in moments that require courage. Be mindful of what you read, watch, and listen to. Be aware of who has access to your thoughts. Be intentional about feeding your mind with ideas, knowledge, and inspiration that fuel your mission rather than drain it. Your physical health is directly tied to your energy. Neglect your body and you will feel it in every aspect of your life. Energy is not just about motivation, it is about having the physical endurance to do the work that success requires. If you are constantly tired, if your body is sluggish, if your health is deteriorating, it does not matter how motivated you are, you will not be able to perform at your highest level. Prioritize your health, move your body, eat foods that fuel you rather than deplete you. Rest when needed, but do not mistake laziness for rest. Your energy is only as strong as your body allows it to be. There will always be demands on your time, distractions that tempt you, and people who try to pull you in different directions. But the ones who succeed at the highest level are the ones who master their energy. They control where it goes. They do not allow others to dictate their focus. They do not waste it on things that do not serve their purpose. They understand that energy is not limitless, and every decision they make is rooted in the awareness of how it affects their ability to move forward. You are in control. You decide what gets your attention, what deserves your effort, and what is simply a waste of time. When you learn to protect your energy, you gain the power to sustain your progress, to push through obstacles, and to build something that lasts. Do not take your energy for granted. Guard it, cultivate it, use it wisely. Because in the end, the ones who reach the top are not just the most talented or the most intelligent, they are the ones who know how to protect what truly matters, their energy. There is power in what you choose to reveal and what you choose to keep to yourself. The most successful people in the world understand that information is a tool, and like any tool, it must be used wisely. Strategic secrecy is not about deception. It is about control. It is about knowing when to speak and when to stay silent. It is about recognizing that not every idea, not every plan, and not every move should be broadcast to the world before its time. Many people feel the need to announce their goals, their ambitions, and their strategies to anyone who will listen. They believe that by doing so, they are holding themselves accountable. They assume that sharing their vision will inspire support and encouragement, but in reality, talking about your plans too soon can do more harm than good. Ideas are fragile in their early stages. When they are exposed to doubt, criticism, and unnecessary scrutiny before they have had time to develop, they can be crushed before they even have a chance to succeed. Strategic secrecy allows you to build strength in silence. It gives you the time and space to refine your ideas, test your theories, and create something truly impactful before anyone has the chance to tear it down. When you keep your plans to yourself, you are free from the influence of those who do not share your vision. You are not swayed by their skepticism or limited by their fears. Instead, you move forward with clarity, focused on execution rather than validation. The greatest leaders and innovators throughout history understood the value of strategic secrecy. They did not rush to share their ideas with the world. They worked in the shadows, refining their craft, perfecting their approach, and ensuring that when they finally revealed their vision, it was undeniable. Think about the most game-changing innovations, the most successful businesses, and the most impactful movements. They were not built on empty talk. They were built on action. They were built by people who understood that real power comes from doing, not declaring. Talking about a plan is easy. Anyone can do that. But executing a plan without distraction, without interference, and without unnecessary exposure is what separates the truly successful from the rest. Strategic secrecy is not about isolation. It is about discernment. It is about knowing who to trust, who to involve, and when to share. Not everyone has your best interests at heart. Not everyone wants to see you succeed. Some people will doubt you simply because they cannot imagine themselves doing what you are doing. Some will discourage you out of their own insecurities. Others will try to steal your ideas, manipulate your vision, or undermine your efforts. The world is filled with noise. People talk endlessly, filling space with words that mean little and actions that mean even less. But those who achieve the greatest success understand that their energy is best spent on execution, not explanation. They do not waste time justifying their dreams to those who will never understand them. They do not seek approval from people who do not matter. Instead, they let their results speak for them. Mastering the art of strategic secrecy means resisting the urge to overshare. It means recognizing that your goals do not need public validation to be worthy. It means protecting your vision until it is strong enough to withstand the challenges ahead. It means being intentional about what you share, when you share it, and with whom. This is not about mistrust. It is about wisdom. It is about ensuring that your energy is directed toward progress, not wasted on It is about moving with purpose rather than being pulled in 1,000 directions by the opinions of others. It is about understanding that silence is not weakness, it is power. The greatest achievements in history were not accompanied by endless discussion. They were created in quiet moments of discipline, dedication, and relentless pursuit. They were forged by individuals who understood that the world does not need to know every step you take. It only needs to see the impact you make. Talk less, do more. Master the art of strategic secrecy and let your success be your loudest statement. Success is not about what you say, it's about what you do. The world is filled with people who talk a big game, who announce their plans, their dreams, their ambitions to anyone who will listen. But words alone do not build legacies. Words do not create impact. Words do not change the world. Actions do. In a world where everyone wants attention, where everyone seeks validation through their words, the truly successful understand that silence is powerful. They don't need to proclaim their success before it happens. They don't need to convince anyone of their greatness. Instead, they put their heads down and work. They let their results do the talking. And when success arrives, it speaks for itself. There's an old saying, well done is better than well said. The people who achieve the most in life are the ones who focus on execution rather than self-promotion. They don't spend time trying to impress others with their words. They don't seek approval. They don't beg for recognition. They move in silence, they stay disciplined, and they deliver results that cannot be ignored. The problem with talking too much about your plans is that it can create a false sense of accomplishment. The brain registers talking about a goal as making progress, but in reality, nothing has been done. It feels good to tell people what you're going to do, but that feeling is deceptive. It tricks you into believing that progress has been made when, in reality, you're still at the starting line. Successful people don't waste energy on unnecessary noise. They conserve their mental and emotional energy for the work that actually matters. They understand that every ounce of energy spent trying to prove themselves to others is energy taken away from their mission. And so, they remain quiet, they build in the dark, they execute relentlessly, and when their work is complete, the results speak volume. The world rewards those who deliver, not those who declare. No one remembers the ones who talked about changing the world. They remember the ones who actually did. People may respect words for a moment, but they respect results forever. Think about the great innovators, the pioneers, the visionaries. They weren't busy telling the world what they were going to do. They were too busy doing it. And when their work was finally revealed, the world had no choice but to take notice. Silence creates an aura of mystery. When you don't reveal your plans, you become unpredictable. You eliminate the risk of unnecessary criticism, doubt, and negativity. You don't give your competitors a chance to undermine you before you even begin. Instead, you work in the background, refining your craft, mastering your skills, perfecting your execution. And when the time comes, you emerge not with promises, but with proof. Success is not a product of wishful thinking or loud declarations. It is a result of consistent, disciplined action. Those who understand this don't waste time explaining themselves. They are too focused on the journey, too locked in on their goals. They understand that the only thing that truly matters is what they produce, what they build, what they accomplish. And so they embrace the power of silence and let their success make the noise. It's easy to talk. It's easy to make promises. It's easy to craft a perfect story about what you're going to do, but none of that will matter if you don't execute. The truly great ones don't seek validation in the moment. They understand that true validation comes from impact, from results, from undeniable success. The next time you feel the urge to announce your plans, stop. Redirect that energy into action. Redirect it into building something so undeniable that the world cannot ignore it. Because in the end, success is not about how loudly you speak. It's about how powerfully you deliver. Let your actions carve the path. Let your results make the noise. And let your success be the only announcement the world needs to hear.